Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm just gonna give one last update on my feature film. So I don't know if anyone's gone through and scrolled through my list of videos on my timeline yet, but I've planned on splitting it up into these short webisodes that are usually no longer than 10 minutes long. And I'm planning on releasing them once a week starting in June. And then after all those webisodes drop, which there are about 9 or 10 of them, the week after that is when I'm gonna be posting the original full hour and a half long film. So as far as I'm concerned, that project is over. All I gotta do now is just wait for them to just release. But that doesn't mean that I'm done, because I am gonna be making a list of the dates that the webisodes are dropping, as well as the final film, and I'll just be crossing them off once a week. So I'll be dropping that in my community in my community posts soon enough. But anyway, as far as that project goes, that's pretty much the last thing that I gotta do for it, and then it's over. So what I'm gonna be doing moving forward is I'm still gonna be posting reviews. I actually just saw 2 movies that have been on my bucket list for a while, Sisu and The Fablemans. I actually saw those back to back over the weekend. So at some point I'll be making reviews of those. When it happens, I'm not sure. I was originally gonna review them basically right when they came out, but seeing as how Sisu is technically out of the theaters now, and I ended up seeing it on Amazon Prime, it's not very high on my priority list, but I will get around to reviewing those at some point. But as of now, I'm focused on doing other projects, specifically some more experimental ones. And what I mean by that is, since the last time I posted an update, I've gotten quite a few new additions to my collection of in filmmaking in general, such as technically it's not new, not even for me, but I've been really working on trying to figure out how how to get this camera to work. I got it not too long ago, but it's an old Canon 3CCD XL1 camera. I got this. Somebody gifted it to me after finding it in a storage room. Unfortunately, I found out the other day from the last guy who used this that when I tried to play it back on this VCR setting right about there, all it does is just play a blue screen, and when it shows anything that I actually recorded, it only shows the first few seconds of it, and there are these horizontal black bars across the entire thing. Yeah, he told me that means that the camera's broken, and as far as I know, I can't salvage it. So I'm gonna try one last thing and bring the film to someone who can probably do a digital transfer. If not, then luckily I did find a way where I got this digital transferring software on my computer, where I have to connect them up to the old AV cables, and luckily from there technically I don't even need a tape inside the recorder part, but I'm basically able to record directly onto the computer. Originally, I was gonna try doing that with Premiere Pro, but the method that I tried with using the FireWire input on here, for some reason it wouldn't work. But either way, whether I actually record on this or not, I already have an idea on what I can use this for, even if it's just a prop. which is gonna be for this one movie that I've been thinking on. It's almost entirely original, but I'm not gonna talk about it just yet, because there's only a few people who know me close who like actually know what I'm planning on doing, and right now I want to keep it that way. But added to that list of projects that I want to do is another place where I was helping to clean out. I found this old Super 8 camera, and luckily, if you guys haven't seen the short that I made, it still works. Now, there was some film in there that I found that I'm trying to get it developed and eventually digitally transferred. And when that happens, I might or I might not buy some more film for this. However, even if I don't, just like with the XL1, I might just use it as a prop. But I've already gotten a little bit out of it, like that noise that the motor was making. I recorded that onto my phone, and I'm using that now as part of like my new intro for any videos that I make going forward. Like if I make any new movie reviews, that sound is what you're going to hear when you guys see my my Joel Cohen Productions graphic. But in addition to that, any previous projects that I've had, such as I can't remember if I said this in the last update video, but I'm trying to make these projects that involve like Michael Myers from Halloween. One of them is going to be like a parody commercial, like very similar to what I did with that Red Bull commercial, but it's going to feature Michael Myers. And the second is basically going to be a recreation of the opening shot of like the original Halloween film, but like with my own flavor to it. And for that, I actually found a place who technically helps with prop knives. Like this one that I got right here, I found out like a knife sharpening place. But I did find out that they also blunt the blades, so now it's completely safe. Like there's there's no way that I can cut myself with this one. So that's what I'm gonna be using for my Michael Myers projects, for both of them actually. And the previous projects that I did, the one where I made the Jason Voorhees hockey mask, I believe I remember saying in my last update that that I'm planning on making two more. One that's Christmas themed, one that's based around like the NES Jason mask, and I am still planning on doing that, but that has also been shoved to the back burner for a little bit. I might not even make videos for that. I don't know. I mean, at the very least, I'm gonna record myself making these masks, but I'm not sure if I'm going to post them or if I'm just going to just take pictures and then show them off on a community post. And then finally, some of the last projects that I have going on, and these are the ones that I'm really excited for. So ever since Evil Dead Rise came out, like the Evil Dead movies just jumped up in my favorite movie series. Like they're right up there with like Chucky and Jason now for me. But I wanted to do like these two separate projects around revolving around the Evil Dead franchise. And the first one, I actually got like a lot of headway on it. I already have a copy of the Necronomicon. Um, I mean, my fault for only paying like $12 for it, but it's not exactly what I was hoping. Like, for one, it's way too thin, and the cover isn't even 3D or anything. But I mean, I can still work with it because I already got an idea on on how I can explain that stuff like within the actual project. Um, but all in all, I actually kind of like the way this looks, like even more so than like the official Necronomicon in the movies and TV show. And I think that's because like the eye holes for these, like they're wider than in the movie, and I kind of like that better. It makes it look like more like ghastly or ghoulish, where it actually looks like somebody's face was cut off and stuck on there, or at least that's what I think. And it just looks like the person who got their face cut off was like actually screaming in agony for it, right? But I actually just spent the last hour before making this video just going through multiple episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead and Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead 2013, and the original movie, just trying to write down all the different incantations and then just coming up with my own in here. So I'll be excited to eventually record myself doing that. And speaking of, so the gimmick around my short film based around that is going to be about how you guys know how like in the original movie the incantations are said like on the tape recorder, and then in this new film there's like a record player that that kid Danny plays, that where the priests recite the incantation. Well, in mine, I'm planning on it being like a DVD disc that a person finds and he pops it in, and then the person like within the DVD says the incantation, and that's what summons the Deadites. And I already got a title made up for it. There's even a scene that's going to involve like some green screen work that I think I finally figured out how I want to do that. But I don't know, sometime later this week, if everything goes well, I'm planning on filming at least the scene that's supposed to take place like within the television, right? Like on the DVD disc. But I don't know, there's a lot of projects that I still need to work on. I don't know, hopefully everything goes well. But that's basically what I've been up to. Like I said, this is like the final update before the before I start dropping like the episodes to my movie, and then eventually like the full feature length film. So the first episode should drop on June 2nd, I believe. And then it'll just be like week after week on Fridays at 3 p.m. I think that's what I set the time to. But that's really it. Oh, one more thing. The Chucky project that I had with that doll. So originally I was planning on converting it into an animatronic myself, right? And I realized that like I don't know anything about robotics. Luckily, a friend of mine who actually is planning on helping me out with the Evil Dead project as well, he does know about robotics, and he does know people in the robotics department at the college that I went to, which coincidentally I just graduated from. So at some point I'm going to be giving him the doll, and he and the robotics department are hopefully going to be able to figure something out with it. But that's right for that project. At that point, like I'm just gonna write it off until I hand the doll to them. Hopefully they're able to do something with it. And then finally, that animated Godfather project, that one has also been placed on the back burner because let's just say that things have not worked out for it, unfortunately. I'm still trying to find an animator for it, but I do have some voice actors in reserve for it, so right now that's in where I'd call development hell, but I don't know. But I'm still kind of looking forward to doing all of these projects. But that's really it for today. I'll be posting that schedule for the webisodes later on this week, possibly Friday, since this is the last week in May, technically. Anyway, everyone have a good afternoon, and I'll see you guys in the next video.